So Rassi has just announced his Rugby Championship updated squad for the last 2 rounds up against Argentina. Now there are a few changes. We saw a few injuries that took place on New Zealand soil, but overall the Boks are looking pretty good for this Rugby Championship. A massive victory over New Zealand just last weekend, and even with the few changes, I'm sure there'll be a lot of confidence from this team. Heading forward, jumping straight into it though, the forwards. Now, first of all, Ludiacha as well as Jean-Luc Duprea are both out for the Springboks here due to injury. But with that being said, we also do see a couple of returns. It is Pieter-Steph du Toit, Thomas du Toit, Eben Etzebeth, a man who did not play in the most recent game up against the All Blacks, which, when you really think about it, is absolutely incredible. No Handré Pollard, no Eben Etzebeth, and still the scoreline that we did see, it just shows the depth that Rassi is building, and it is working towards a very good Rugby World Cup squad. For 2027, Vincent Koch alongside Siya Kolisi, he's dealt with his fair share of injuries, but he's played 6 as well as 8 in this Rugby Championship competition. Wilco Low, Malcolm Marx, we see the return of Bongi Umbanambi. He did not take part in the games up against New Zealand. Franco Moster, Oxenshare, Rohan Nokia, who I do think will be one of the standouts for the Boks and the locking duo for this Rugby Championship. Kwaka Smith, Arge Snyman, Manus van der Merwe, Marco van Staden, Boan Venter, Jan-Hendrik Wessels, and also Jasper Wiese. So we do see that return of Umbanambi, but I don't believe another lock has been brought in due to that injury. Same with the loose forward trio. We don't see someone like an Evan Roos getting added into the side. Overall, Rassi will feel he's got enough already in this squad to be able to get through those 2 contests. Moving on to the backs. Now, this is where we still don't see Kurtley Arendse. He is still dealing with his long-term injury. And also now there is no Apalele Fasi. In the second match up against New Zealand, when the Springboks were losing multiple players down to injury, Fasi was one of them. Ended up with a moon boot before that match even ended. And of course, that should be a concern, other than the fact that Damian Willemse played one of his best Springbok matches ever in that second test match. So I think they will have plenty of cover, although interestingly enough, dropped from the squad. No Willie Leroux for this team. I did say about how if this young backline performed, we could see the end of someone like a Leroux. I thought maybe Makazole Mapimpi could have been the same. You know, these veteran guys that have got many younger players now trying to jockey for their spot. But in this case, Mapimpi stays, but Willie Leroux, he does end up going. Damien Dialendi, Faf de Klerk, he didn't get any minutes in New Zealand, but he was in initially as injury cover. Andre Esterhazen, Sasha Feinberg, Ngome Zulu. Now, he did suffer a little bit of a head knock in that match up against New Zealand, but he will be returning in time for Argentina. Ethan Hooker had a great game out of the left wing, his first start for the South Africans, and certainly still has a ton of potential for the Springboks team. Cheslin Colby, he was absolutely phenomenal in that last match. Jesse Creel, Mani Libok, who also falls into that same category. He did extremely well off the kicking tee, made some brilliant attacking decisions, and that second half, the Boks were just not slowing down. They kept on putting the foot flat, scoring tries for fun, and working their way towards the bonus point. Makazole Mapimpi, Kanan Moody, Handré Pollard, Cobus Reinach, Morne Vandenberg. We see him return after a few injury troubles as of late. Damian Willemse, and then also Grant Williams. So overall, once again, very strong Springbok squad. They have got 2 matches up against Argentina to come. There is one in South Africa, one taking place in England. That one could be absolutely crucial with how close the Rugby Championship is. And now the Springboks, they actually come in as favourites to win the whole comp. So every point is crucial, and I do think that this side has the ability to get quite a few. But nonetheless, do let me know, of course, what you think of the Springbok squad that Rassi has announced. I will address the elephant in the room. I know I don't have a buzz cut yet, but it will be cut tomorrow, and it will be a feature of the channel throughout the next couple of weeks. But thank you all very much for tuning in. If you did enjoy, be sure to leave a like and subscribe to the channel, and I will see you all for the next one.